Hey, what's up, guys? It is Coach Sophia here, and like I told you let's be real. Losing weight is not just about what you eat or how much you move. It's about what is happening inside your mind and your body. If you've ever lost weight and gained it back, or struggled with motivation, or felt stuck in self-sabotage, this video is for you. If you don't know me, I'm Coach Sophia. I help women heal, thrive, become mentally, physically, and spiritually fit after any type of breakup or divorce. And on this channel, we talk about my wellness journey and helping you and I become the strongest version of ourselves and the whole healed versions of ourselves. Let's get into today's video. I'm going to be breaking down the exact mindset shifts and strategies that help me stay on track and build new habits and actually feel a sense of peace in my body. Brought me to losing over 60 pounds in 20. So I used to think that if I just lost the weight, I would finally feel confident. Then I would finally feel good enough. And it was my most recent attempt before this one to lose weight that something finally clicked for me, right? I remember previously stepping on the scale and expecting to feel some type of confidence after this big major weight loss that I had attempted and actually been successful at previously. And it didn't feel like anything. I was hoping that this weight loss and this number on the scale saying something different, I was hoping that it was going to make me feel accomplished. It was going to make me feel like a brand new person. But guess what? I still felt like I wasn't enough. That's when I realized. It was then that I realized that if I tie my worth to a number on the scale, I will forever be chasing more, forever. And more will never feel like it's enough. Listen, your worth, my worth was already predetermined by God. What I had to realize is that my body, of course, is the temple where God resides. And when I take care of it, it is something that I should consider as a privilege. My body is a temple, and taking care of it should be an act of gratitude versus punishment. The shift: start making choices from a place of love and not shame. Start to think that I get to take care of my body versus I have to. The second thing that I did was I rewired my mind for consistency. Most people fail at weight loss because they rely on motivation. And let me tell you, I was one of them. I used to wait until I felt motivated to eat right. I used to wait till I felt like exercising. But you know what? That motivation, it comes and it goes. It is fluctuating like the wind, okay? And we don't want to hear this. And I know because we're in the GLP-1 community, like we have to understand that it still takes discipline, and it should take discipline. And for some of us, it may be something that you have to take long term. That is between you and your doctor and your body. But for others, more of us could potentially heal the metabolism that we have in our body if we use the medicine as a tool to really learn the new habits that it is required to build that discipline, because the discipline is going to be what's needed over motivation. And I'm not saying discipline to like force yourself or like punish yourself. I'm saying discipline, it's about making habits easy and automatic so you don't even have to think about it. That's discipline that I'm referring to. Here is what worked for me. Okay, I started to say a prayer while I was prepping my protein. It reminded me that my body is a gift, not a burden. And if I can be honest, it took me a long time to get out of this mindset that I didn't want to be a burden to other people. And so I had to really be honest with the fact that I thought that taking care of my body was somewhat of a burden versus a gift that I should be grateful for. The second thing I did was listen to motivating and uplifting sermons while I walked or exercised. This was so that my mind could get stronger as my body was moving and getting stronger. I got to this place where I made workouts so automatic, it was like brushing my teeth. I never get up and ask myself, do I feel motivated to brush my teeth? It's just something that I automatically do. And that is what I mean by using discipline to create the habits that your future self will thank you for, but that your future self would need to be automatic so that it becomes a part of who they are. Stack habits on things that you're already doing. That way, they become a part of you and not just something that you do or have to do. The third thing that we have to do is we have to overcome self sabotage and emotional eating. We talk a lot about the things that we need to do, but what I'm hoping that you get from the content that I provide is the actual how and practical ways that I did it and that you can do it. Okay. I used to eat whatever when I felt overwhelmed, when I felt or even when I was bored. Food was not just nourishment for me. Food was my comfort. Food was my friend. Food was my escape. Food was a distraction. Food was everything to me, right? I would tell myself, listen, I deserve this. But then once I ate it, I would feel guilty about it. Now, listen, if this is something that you can relate to or you have experienced, let me tell you something that changed the game for me. I began to ask myself before I ate, what am I really craving? This for me was really a spiritual practice. And this is why I talk about getting spiritually, physically, and mentally fit because it's holistic. We cannot think that one part of ourselves is completely separate than the other. It all works together. And any craving that I began to have, I really started to ask, what is it that I really need? Because there was something deeper than I realized. And for me, I was craving peace. I was craving rest. I was craving feeling seen and feeling supported. But I allowed food to fill all of those places that were empty or that I didn't even know how to articulate what I needed. And listen, so instead of beating myself up, I learned to pause and redirect. Are you craving sugar? I used to drink water and pray first. I'm telling you, if you begin to invite God into every part of your life and every area that exists, you will begin to see him work so magnificently. Okay. When I feel overwhelmed or I'm feeling emotional, I'll go for a walk. I will write in my journal. I will talk it out on the voice clips because I like to talk and I want to talk through getting through on my thoughts. And so sometimes I talk faster than I can write. And so using the voice clip app. And I do this before I make a decision about what I should eat. I had to stop judging myself and just get to a place where I started to observe me, to see me. And a part of that was learning how to look at my behavior, the things that I needed, and know that everything isn't always what it seems to be. That initial response, that initial craving, there's usually something deeper on an emotional or spiritual level that is really causing me to gravitate towards food, right? And I'm not trying to be like super spiritual or super deep. That's just who I am anyway. You should probably know that by now if you're watching this video. And if not, if this is new for you, you're going to learn really quickly. So I had to really understand that I don't have to label myself as like, I should know this by now, right? Those are some of the thoughts I would have. I should know this by now. I'm 40 years old. I'm 35 years old. Why don't I know these different things about who I am? And why don't I know how to respond this way? And it's like, I had to get out of the place where I am questioning all of the who I am and why, but really just to observe and be the scientist of me. Any relationship that you have is going to thrive when you coming from a place of curiosity. When you're dating somebody and you're coming from a place of curiosity, like that allows the other person to really feel seen because you really have a genuine interest in getting to know them. That is what I did with myself before I could do it with anybody else. So I would encourage you to get curious about you. Pay attention to you so much that you know your patterns. You know the deeper things concerning you. And really, me learning how to see myself truly helped me from stop self-sabotaging for good. The fourth thing is I adopted this I deserve to thrive. This type of mindset. I know, like, and this is more of like an abundance mindset than it is really about food. This was, I deserve to have the good things in life or whatever I labeled as good in my life. And even waiting and waiting and waiting till I lost the weight before I started my business. And I got to a place, like I told y'all, the most recent time that I lost weight, that's when I really got my mind together. got to this place where I had to love myself, and I get to love myself no matter what size I was. Like, I did not have to lose weight to feel good enough, to feel worthy. And I know you're watching this video because you ultimately want to lose weight. And I'm not saying to not have those desires, but what I'm saying is usually what we're trying to go after is a feeling. And we can recognize that we can start to feel better now and still desire to be more, right? And here's the truth. I did not have to wait to be worthy. You don't have to wait to be worthy. You deserve to thrive right now, not just when you hit some goal, right? The healed, thriving version of you, she's already inside of you. You just have to start acting like her. So ask yourself daily, would the healed and thriving version of me, would she or he make this same choice today? What choice would she make? Listen, if you're tired of starting over and if you are finally ready to break free from self-sabotage, I have put together something just for you. And it's why I don't believe in affirmations and what I do instead. Now, listen, this isn't about dieting. It's about rewiring your thoughts, breaking free from cycles, and finally making weight loss sustainable. Click the link in my description to grab your copy. And let's make this the last time you have to start over. Now, in the comments below, tell me what is one mindset shift that you had to deal with or face that really changed the game for you in your weight loss journey. Let's talk about it. Now go be great by mastering what's on your plate. And remember, me and you, we grow better together. We'll talk soon.